Hey Sam, well tonight the Tigers will be looking to not get caught with a holiday hangover. They haven't played since a too close for comfort win, 62-56 over Lipscomb, but that game was...
For University of Memphis freshman Stuart Settles, that comfort zone was found behind me in the Theater and Communications building on campus. There he joined the campus radio station WUMR as a member of the U92 sports team. Major injury as just a minor setback, putting the same hard work into his rehab as he did in getting to the big leagues.
Growing up in Orange Mound is an uphill battle for many. Casey Goodwin has faced more than his fair share of adversity, but still he's fought through.
I think he's a scorpion. I think he's an endangered species. You know, today's America don't want to see a young man like that come from the inner city.
Goodwin, a senior point guard at Melrose High School, was hit with catastrophe just over a year ago.
I was at practice one day, and like somebody that ran in the gym said, everybody sitting at your house, the house on fire. So I had to run home.
This is where Casey ran when he learned that lightning had struck his home, setting it ablaze. Having lost almost everything in the fire, he had to borrow clothes, school supplies, and even shoes from friends and supporters.
Soon after the fire, Casey suffered another major blow. This time, it was the loss of his grandmother.
I think that's why she had passed away, because she was stressing over the house because we've been living there for so long.
While restoring his grandmother's house, Casey and his family were forced to stay with his older sister. In the face of such adversity and in a situation where many would fold, he's raised the bar.
And through that experience in his life, his character was revealed, you know, and his character displayed that of a fighter, that of a pit bull, that scorpion, that guy that, you know, can handle adversity.
An honor roll student and a high-level basketball player, he's earned a full-ride scholarship to Southern Illinois University.
I take my education serious. I think about life after basketball. I use basketball as a tool to get my education. Like, if I be good on the floor, they'll give me an education, a free education to a school, and I'm gonna use my advantage of that.
For a young man who lost everything, Casey Goodwin remains positive and continues to push forward.
I'm blessed to be here. Tomorrow, not promised. I just come hard, work hard every day.
Ben Rainwater, Action News 5.
That's been the case for the past 48 years, and nearly half a century later, Jerry Peters is closing in on a historic milestone.
All 1,000 wins have come at MUS, which is rather remarkable.
Peters is by far and away the winningest coach in Memphis and Shelby County history. And with a win tonight, he will become just the 11th high school coach to reach 1,000 victories. But for Peters, it's more about the hundreds of kids he's coached.
I get back to that thought of how many guys participated in the winning of those 1,000 games.
Peters has coached over 1,400 games in his career, and he's only missed 3 of them, all coming in March of 2007 at the absolute worst time.
I'm packing up the team to go to Nashville for the state tournament, and that's when the stroke hits me.
The stroke landed Peters in the hospital, but he was able to follow his team's progress through constant phone calls from his son. Fortunately, the calls lasted over 3 days, bringing Peters his only state championship. Hours later, the MUS players, including current Memphis Tiger Farrakhan Hall, drove straight to the hospital to share the moment with their ailing coach.
It was definitely one of my greatest moments as a player. You know, I was happy to be able to take that championship ball up there to him. I was just happy to see him happy and smiling. Not only did he teach me a great deal about the game, but he taught me a great deal about character on the court and, you know what I mean, how to handle yourself on and off the court.
So what makes all this so special for Peters is the fact that he had the chance to share not only all the wins, but also his knowledge along the way.
It's heartwarming for young men to come back to you and tell you what you've meant to them. I had no idea that I had an influence like I did.
Ben Rainwater, News Channel 3 Sports. The 2011 season was somewhat of a dream scenario for the Grizzlies, but for Rudy Gay, it was a nightmare. Gay suffered a season-ending shoulder injury shortly after the All-Star game, sidelining him for the team's historic playoff run.
I didn't get to play at all last year. I mean, it was good to be there and experience it, but I might as well bought a ticket.
Given the team's success without him, many questioned whether the Grizzlies needed Gay.
I've taken a lot of shots this year, and people said some things, and even during the summer before I even got a chance to play, people said things that I couldn't do, or what this team could do without me, or what this franchise would be without me, without giving me a chance to even go out there and show what I can do.
A year later, the Grizzlies are heading back to the playoffs, and this time, Gay is a key piece to the puzzle. Given all that's happened in the last year, he's just happy to have the opportunity.
I've been in the league 6 years, never played in the playoffs, and this is my chance, so this is a good feeling.
And his teammates love having him this time around. They say adding Gay to a roster that was within one game of the Western Conference playoffs makes this year's team even more dangerous.
He takes a lot of pressure off of everybody else. Having a guy scoring like he can and as athletic as he is, man, he gives us another dimension.
He's our franchise player. Guy can play, flat play, and we need him. We would have had him last year. We could have did things in that second round.
With a first-round series with the LA Clippers looming, the Grizzlies will look to grind their way through the 2012 NBA playoffs. Ben Rainwater, News Channel 3 Sports.
For the past several years, the Tulane Green Wave has been little more than an irritant to the Memphis Tigers on their march to Conference USA basketball title after title. Whether that proves to be the same when both teams go to the Big East next season remains to be seen, but this year's Tulane squad comes to the Bluff City with some cachet of its own tonight at FedEx Forum. We'll take you to downtown for a CUSA matchup with the Green Wave, who come in at 13-5 in a big non-conference win at Bama under its belt. Tulane boasting two of CUSA's top performers in Josh Davis and former newcomer of the year Ricky Tarrant. Tarrant pops off a couple of quick threes to start the game, and just like that, the Tigers are down 9, 14-3. So the U of M gets busy trying to work its way back into this ball game, and they do it with the play of JUCO transfer Jaron Johnson. G with the wing three to get it started. Then Johnson comes back with a couple of aerial acrobatics, the one-handed oop jam, then an easy lob on the dunk behind the defense. Johnson leads all scorers in this one with 18 points. Joe Jackson next in the list with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals. Memphis cuts it to 3 before the Green Wave sprints out again. Jay Hook with the baseline bomb. Later, Lewis Dabney another triple, and the Green Wave up 15 with 7 minutes left in the first half. Josh Pastor says, "Come on, guys, we've got to go, go, go." The Tigers go out on a run and get at it again. DJ Steffens with 3 points, 2 blocks, and a steal. Antonio Barton knocks down the step back in the lane, and then Chris Crawford comes up big late with 2 huge three-pointers, 14 points and 6 assists for Crawford. The Tigers come back and win this one final, going away 71-60, and after the game, these comments.
We were playing good defense in the first half. Not our best, but they just made a lot of tough shots, and we knew they weren't going to make them throughout the whole game. We just wanted to keep pressuring them, making every shot hard, but they're a good team, and they made a lot of good shots. But second half, we tightened the pressure up.
We really played good defense when we needed to. We got stops, and that was the bottom line. We held them under 30%, both from the field and from the three in the second half, and we won the game through defense.
The Tigers now 15-3, next host Marshall in an afternoon game this Saturday, tip time 1 p.m. at FedEx Forum. And how do you get under the NBA's luxury tax threshold and still keep your core group together? That's the question that's plagued the Memphis Grizzlies for the past several weeks. It began boiling when talks of trading starter Rudy Gay surfaced. That talk now goes to the back burner, at least for now, as the Grizzlies wheel and deal their way under the payroll using reserves. The Grizzlies reached the deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers, sending Maurice Spates, Wayne Ellington, Josh Selby, and a future top 5 protected first-round draft pick to the Cleveland Cavs for forward John Lure. That move frees up more than $6 million of the Grizzlies' payroll and gets them under the luxury tax line. Spates is averaging 6.5 points per game to go along with almost 5 rebounds per game. Ellington, coming off of a 17-point performance against the Pacers, heads to Cleveland with an average of 5.5 points per game. And the Grizzlies' second-round pick of 2011, Josh Selby, who's only played in 10 games this season, he's averaging just 2 points per game. And to make up for the loss of those players, Grizz head coach Lionel Holland says others already on the roster should expect more playing time if they step up their games. Holland says rookie Tony Roten, who spent several stints in the NBA's D-League this season, will see backup point guard action. Also, Jared Bayless can expect more minutes backing up the 2, as Tony Allen is expected to back up Rudy Gay in the small forward spot. Also, 7'3" fan favorite Hamed Haddadi has a chance to get more minutes in the paint. The Grizz host the Los Angeles Angeles Lakers Wednesday night, 7 p.m. at FedEx Forum. And a long chapter of professional basketball may be ending in one NBA city, but it's heading back to another. The Maloof brothers have agreed to sell the Sacramento Kings to the Seattle group led by investor Chris Hansen, even as Sacramento Mayor Kevin Johnson leads a last-ditch effort to raise new money for a new arena. The Seattle deal is pending a vote by the NBA Board of Governors. The move will restore the name Supersonics to the Seattle franchise. Seattle had the Sonics for more than 40 years and even won an NBA title, but taxpayer reluctance to build a new arena caused the owner to sell. That team wound up being the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, and that's it for sports. We'll be right back.